Hey, what's up everyone, how's it going? This is a small extract from my last video on JavaScript array methods. I'm going to link that video down below. Make sure you check it out if you're interested in finding out more about how to manipulate arrays. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you know whenever I release new content on this channel. To all my subscribers, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy this video.
Reducers are interesting. They allow us to reduce the value of an array into a single value. So as a very basic example, we can do a reducer that adds the values of all the elements in the array. So we can do reduce, and what it does is it takes a method, and that method has a couple of parameters, which is previous value, the current value being iterated over, and then finally, it takes a second parameter, which is the default value or the initial value. So if we want to add all of these values up, we would have a method that says previous value plus equals current value, and we're going to return that. And the initial value we're going to have is 0. And if we assign this to result, when we output result, we're going to get 6, which is 1 plus 2 plus 3. If we add 4 and so on, it will keep on incrementing. It will reduce this array into a single value. Now that's cool, but we can also return an object. So for example, if we add another animal and we have it as type dinosaur, and the sound it makes is a roar, and then for each of these objects we add one more key, which is domesticated, and we know that dogs are domesticated, we know that cats are domesticated, but dinosaurs aren't. And we want to use the reduce method to find out how many animals within our animals array are domesticated and how many aren't. So let's create an object called animal stats. And it's going to be an object. Within that object, we're going to have a attribute called number of domesticated. And we'll start with 0. And number of undomesticated, again 0, and then we can create our reducer, so animals.reduce, and in our function we're going to call a previous value stats, we're going to call a current value, which is the current animal, and we're going to say if animal dot is domesticated, then stats.numDomesticated equals stats.numDomesticated plus 1. Otherwise, we're going to increment the number of undomesticated animals. And then we're going to return that. And the initial value, we're going to pass this animal stats object, which is going to be passed in as reference. So the initial value of stats on the first run of this reducer method is going to be this. And then it's going to run through this logic, and it's going to keep on updating stats. So when we finally output animal stats, we're going to see that we have 2 domesticated animals and 1 undomesticated animal. Reduce right works the same way as the reduce method, except instead of going from left to right, it goes from right to left. So in this example, if we change reduce to reduce right, we're not going to see any difference because we're just updating our stats and the end result is always the same.